Petition request for removal of recycling center. I have a motion and discussion there.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Call the question. Motion. Those in favor, let me know. Raise your right hand, please.
Aye, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Sampson.
We had a constituent to come in with 200 signatures requesting that the recycle center that's located on Highway 129 be moved from where it is for health reasons to the people who live next door to it, and for other reasons dealing with cleanliness, etc., that kind of thing. What I want to do is appeal to the public and to landowners in the area. If someone has some free land that's not adjacent to where somebody lives, and some free money that they can donate to get us, help us move or find a place to put that facility, then I would want them to come forward and let us know. I know there are a lot of citizens out there who really want it moved, and there are a lot of citizens out there who have some land that they may be willing to donate, but we can take a look to see if it's feasible for us to move it to that property that they would donate to the county. We don't want it in somebody's backyard again, next door to somebody's $1 million home or $500,000 home. But if there are some spots of land that we can get, and even for a small fee, I want to put the word out that we are looking to do what's in the best interest of the community. And here again, free land, free money, that's what we need. Donations from the public.
Okay, so your Mr. Sampson, K-Line, the mining, they have a lot of properties around over there. But I mean, you first thing
I
you
have
to
not
look at.
directly asked them,
Okay.
okay, but I will. I wanted to put it out to the public first.
So your main interest is to try to meet what your constituents are asking of
Exactly.
you to
from the
relocate,
request last time.
get away from the public.
To get away from where it is now because it's right adjacent to somebody's house with 30 feet. And it is a health hazard to this community.
Okay, so at this point in time, we can certainly we hear you request, and we can make an effort to look and see.
I feel confident that there may be some people out there, or a person who would be willing to donate an acre or two that's not adjacent to somebody's home that we could conceivably put the recycle center. And the only way we'll know is to ask. It's just like one of the mines may give us some land that's not adjacent to somebody's home, and we won't know until we ask. And I know we can't literally buy anything right now because we don't have the money, period. But until you ask, you don't know.
Right, right. All right, sir. Well, hey, I do remember, I think it was his name,
Cornelius.
Mr. Cornelius and his wife, and they did have that, and that listing is in the office there of the submittal that they did submit. And anything that we can do, as members of the board, individually, whatever, to try to see the opportunities there. Yeah. And of course, before we make that decision, we'll pin it down and.
I think we'll get some input, but like I said, we just have to let people know that we want it, we're looking, and we're willing.
All right, sir. Good, good. And that's where we want to leave it, right?
Yes, I don't have a motion to bring it. I just want to get it on the floor and get it into the audience so that everybody knows we're looking to do what's in the best interest of our community.
Good. All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Any question about that, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, any question?
Yes. I don't know how long that recycle center been there, but we never had anyone come in with 200 petitions to move that recycle center out the neighborhood there on 129, not down here on Highway 80. You see, we had employed people at our 4 recycle centers, and once we closed the recycle center, that's when garbage started going everywhere. I had the coroner down here. He came in here 2 or 3 times. He got angry because garbage was going. He got a funeral home down here, smell, stinking, all this here. He came in here a couple of times about that. Everything was hunky-dory. Everything was nice when we had employee working there. They kept them clean. They kept them clean. You didn't have no problem. But now, once they took those employees, I voted too. I voted too to close those recycling. Yes, I did too. And now, you see what you got now? You got 200 people coming in here brought a petition. Before the petition came in with 200 people, nobody said let's move a recycle center here and yonder anywhere. You see, but when that gentleman come here and brought them with that petition with them 200 names on it, now we want to start the movement. I'm looking for in District 1. Now I'm looking for a petition to come in there. Then I got to move District 1. Then I can't ask folks to give me some money to move the recycle center. The taxpayer paid for the recycle center. Now we're going to turn around and ask the taxpayer to build up a recycle center to dump their garbage in when they already paying taxes. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Bryant. Any other point of view? I would just say the recycling centers are needed by the community.
I do have one response to that. I don't want to draw the thing out, but in talking with the people who did bring in the petition, they did inform me that this is not the first time they brought it up. They talked to Mr. Bowen, they talked to Mr. Houston, and they talked to me. And this is where they are now because Hawkins had resulted in nothing.
All right, so thank you.
Petition never come in here before.
I would say that the collection centers, for the most part, some of them were built by partial grant and partial county money to go into that. I do know that the one on Ridge Road was built that way. I think the one at Huber was built that way. I do remember that Mrs. Commissioner Chance at that time had warehouses donate the property that hers is located on down there. And there was a grant involved with that one, I'm pretty sure, that was also involved. The center that is in District 1 that you were talking about, Mr. Bryant, that's simply a fenced-in area that has never been purchased or anything other than just fenced in to try to make it presentable down there. So the county has not put any money other than a fence and a building in that property down there. So anyway, the issue of those collection centers, we're endeavoring and made an effort to, with the lack of people in them, prisoner detail and others have begun to keep them reasonably straight. They don't meet the standard that they were at, I agree, but they have done quite a bit at adjusting and getting them presentable. And I do believe, are they still weekly going to those centers, Mr. Barton Clancy?
Rotation.
Rotating every day or every week, what?
Well, they're going every week, once per recycling center. I don't know the exact schedule of those events, but that's what's happening.
Okay, so you're saying that they go to each center once a week to do some straightening up and clean up. Okay. And I think that we want to keep that going on as long as we don't have the peoples that are there and all. With that, I don't know any other comments to make.
Can I clarify something, Mr. Chairman?
Mm-hmm.
The way we got those recycle centers is that between Wilson and Twiggs County, the state gave us $25,000 for each recycle center. Twiggs County got one this year, Wilson County got one the next year. They went back and forth, that we had to have recycle centers. The state said we had to have recycle centers, okay, because what? Because they're running out of landfill, and what they were trying to do, they were trying to what? Keep the garbage down, and that's why they put them in one place, to tried to keep the garbage down. That was done years ago. I remember very well. That was done years ago, and that's how that got started. But because District 1, we were running short of funds, and we supposed to be constructing District 1. I said I'd rather see that we have these funds here, wherein that we keep the employees on the job. The board remember very well I gave up District 1. I wouldn't even, they had the money. I would put it in the budget. But we were running short on money and stuff, so that's why District 1 hadn't been constructed from that day to this day and from the first day, because we had to do the rotation to get a bill. And the one down there here, Brown Road, built the same way.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Bryant. Anything else, Commissioner Epps, you have a comment?
I just didn't know when that took place.
Mr. Epps was on the, he was county commissioner.
I knew I wasn't there.
Yeah, that was way back. That was
Listen,
way
I want
back.
to thank you for your time and your input this evening, and of course that concludes our business. So I have a motion for adjournment at this time.
So move.
And I have a second. We're adjourned. Thank you.